You can have less than 10 contacts in your media or influencer list. The important thing is not to have a lot of contact, but to have the real influencers, the good influencers. And this is what we're talking about in this episode. Bonjour. Hello, everyone. I'm Nata, host of the Nata PR School podcast. You're a successful entrepreneur or marketing manager, and you're about to launch a new product or service, or you've been selling your goods for quite some time, but you want to learn how to increase your visibility, get known, and reach more clients? At Nata PR, we deal with real clients every day, and we'll teach you simple, fun, and honest PR solutions. You'll learn easy steps to combine PR to social media right now. Keep listening, and let's get started. Bonjour, hello, and welcome to episode 126 of the Nata PR School podcast. Public relations and growing your contact list. So how do we do that? And so this is step number 3 in the Nata PR model. It's identifying the real influencers, how to find the real influencers. Well, of course, far from me to think that there are real influencers and fake influencers. This is not what we're talking about here. The whole idea is to identify those who are relevant for you, your product, or your service. Those who bring you real results, who will bring you results. Where to start? I know it might seem like an ocean of contact, but it can be very simple. And I think that nothing is better than to give you a real case to illustrate how you can grow your own contact list. Let's take one of our students from the Nata PR School. And she was in the perfume industry. She was creating high-end perfumes, like niche perfumes. So the first question, which is easy in this case, is really to identify your sector, your industry. In this case, it's fragrances, niche perfumes. So it also falls in the beauty field, right? So you understand that all journalists who are covering fragrance might also be beauty journalists in her case. And the questions we were asking when we were working together was, who in your area, because she doesn't live in a big city, she was outside, and she had a very interesting little atelier. So we looked around and to see if there were any newspaper who would be interested by what she's doing. So we did this research, who are the beauty journalists further around. And of course, beauty perfumes cater to a women's magazine. If you are in, like my student in the beauty industry, look if you have these banners in your country. Do you have like the ELLE magazine, Marie Claire, Vogue, and very often some other local magazines as well. It could be online magazines too as well. It doesn't have to be printed magazine. And the next thing you can look at are the trade publications or trade websites. Beauty news, for example. There are some very specific publications, website that caters to beauty esthetician, for example. So that can be very interesting. They might be interested to tell your story, these people. Maybe what you're looking for are influencers. You want to start with influencers? Why not? How to find them? Of course, doing Google is not the easiest way, but you know what we do? This is something we do at the agency on our daily work. We're looking for new influencers. So we look, let's say we have a client that is in the food industry. So we look at their competitors or a similar brand. Let's say it's a vegan ice cream. So let's look at another vegan ice cream, or maybe just simply ice cream. And maybe if they are working with some influencers, these might be interested by your product. So go look at their social media platforms and see who they are following and who is following them, or who's doing, maybe they've paid some of them. So you can start there. There are some other techniques also to find similar ones, but I'm not going to get into that in this episode because I want to stay very basic and simple, just to convince you to start and to do this in just a few minutes. So let's go back to our fragrance creating student. She started really with a list of about 10 contacts only. And when we were working together, she built a list of about 20 contacts, very niche contact and precise contact. So she did her research. She went online to see who did some or wrote some articles about perfumes. So she started with those before enlarging her list. But she had about 20 contacts when she really was ready to send her press release. Can be very small, as you can see. She could even have started with her list of 10 contacts. So it's a myth that you need weeks or months of full-time work to build a list, really. Take it one step at a time. And this advice apply not only to North America, where I am right now, but to just about any country and any market. Because the basics of PR are the same in every market. They are. It's also a myth that your list has to have thousands of contacts to get results. What matters is finding the real ones, the right influencers, the one that will generate and create results, the ones that will be interested by what you have to propose. And let's make Google your best friend. Yes, even today, it's still one of our top tools at the agency. And well, if you're listening to this podcast, you probably have a good internet connection so you can access Google as well as I do. And in the past, oh my God, before Google, it's so easy now that we have it at our fingertips. In the past, we had to subscribe to a media list and, oh my God, wait sometimes for weeks for updates to find out if new journalists, new programs were on, and we had to change the pages in this crazy little huge binder. I remember not so long ago, well, maybe a few years ago, more than 15 years ago. So today you have all of this at your fingertips. Of course, we still have, we subscribe to a huge database at the agency because this is what we make money out of it. So of course we do that. But know that we still do online researches daily to find, for example, let me give you an example. We want to know who wrote articles about Valentine's Day last year. So in Vogue USA or Vogue France or Vogue Germany. So you go on Google and you just do this. You type Valentine's Day plus Vogue 2022, 2021, whatever the year. And you will be surprised. You will find some very interesting articles, maybe freelancer journalists that you won't even find in huge database. So this is why we use Google so much, even at the agency, at Nata PR. You see how it can be so easy. And then you can refine your searches. You start from there. And then you can do the same thing with influencers. I promise you just need a few minutes a week to do that. If you're alone, you're doing your own accounting, your own invoicing, and your own social media, you can do your own PR, I promise. I've done it. Anyone can do it. It's for sure. So let's play a game once you've finished listening to this podcast. Take just 5 minutes, just for fun. Go online and try to find some contact. You should be able to find at least one that's relevant to your industry, 1 or 2 or 3. And you would be surprised how many contacts you would find in just 5 minutes. Yes, as we all know, everything's online. Make Google your best friend and find contacts you can use. And then you can add up every week. It's as simple as that. And it can be done, yes, my friends, all over the world in any country. Some countries are even easier. Probably the US is the most difficult ones because there are so many. There's 360 million people out there. So if you are in a smaller country, I'm sure it's easier. Voila. So if you want to learn more about our 6-step model, today we're talking about step number 3, finding the real influencers, building your list. You can download it at the bottom of this episode. It's right there. Get the free Nata PR model. Click on the link. It's right there. I'm giving it to you for free. And yes, you can do it, my friends. And I hope this little PR break is really inspires you and help you, makes you think about how you can develop your business, get known, get featured for free out there. And hopefully you'll be joining me next week. À la semaine prochaine. Hey, you want to learn more about how to implement PR strategies? Head on to natapr.com and get on our list. You will also receive the Nata PR model on how to create a successful PR campaign. If you want to become a client, just send us an email to nata@natapr.com. Talk to you next week. À la semaine prochaine.